The Pick 3 is back for week 2 in college football, and we did not have a good showing last week as Adam Luckett and I went 1-2. That's not making money. And Nick Roush with the 0-3. What's up there, Nick? What happened?
Big offer, but luckily Will Levis came through in the clutch for me, saved my weekend, and now we're changing up the energy. We're throwing the damn ball. Let's get Levis to spray it around the yard to take the Gators down. He came through in the clutch for me in week 1 with a couple of bets that were not on Pick 3, but you bet your sweet buns, Cat's money line is going down this weekend.
And if you want to bet your sweet buns, we encourage going over to MyBookie, our sponsor, our partner for the Pick 3 all season long, as we each give our 3 picks for college football. But now MyBookie's got NFL because that's going on this week too, and you can start with the Bills and Rams Thursday night. Whether you're a veteran bettor or a first-timer, MyBookie gets you the most for your money with the new double deposit bonus. It's quick and easy. If you put in $250, that'll get you $500, and you can use those funds instantly on all the games, contests, and props. To claim that bonus, just put in promo code KSR to get started. If you hurry up, you can get on the season win totals and even get your Super Bowl winner. Tighten up or use any of MyBookie's prop builders to secure your bag. Now we're ready to secure our bags because we didn't secure them last week. As you see at the bottom of our screen, we got me at 3-3, Luckett at 3-3, and Roush at 2-4. It's not making money, boys. Let's get going. This one, Luckett, why don't you lead us off because I know you've got a winner.
A tough 2-7 week for the syndicate last week in our first full slate. But hey, we're just settling in here for a long season. We're going to bounce back. This is where they say teams improve the most from week 1 to 2, but bettors also improve the most from week 1 to week 2. So for me, I'm sticking with Old Faithful here. North Carolina going on the road again in the Sun Belt. This time laying 7.5. We saw what North Carolina did to App State's defense last week. Georgia State's defense is a little bit worse than App State's, but they don't have a quarterback. They completed 5 passes against South Carolina last week, did the Panthers. They're going to have a hard time stopping Drake May in that North Carolina offense. So I'm going to lay the touchdown in the hook here. We know how bad North Carolina is on defense, but they'll get a few more stops this week, and they'll hang close to, I think, probably another 50-burger. Hills go on the road again, get the cover. So rolling with Mac Brown here. North Carolina, -7.5.
I like it. Roush, why don't you go next? We got to get you back in the win column. That's 0-3 is tough. You're better than that.
Well, I'm going to go back to the team that got me into sports gambling. They got me hooked. It was back in 2018, and a guy by the name of Bobby Petrino was at the University of Louisville, and he was an anti-covering machine. I thought the Cards were going to lose their will to win a little bit later in the season. Turns out it only took 1 week for them to die. They're dead inside. They're dead on arrival when they go down to the bounce house. The UCF Golden Knights, their numbers dropped from 6.5 to 5. Give me that all day. UCF. I got it at 6.5. I had to go back and reinvest when I saw it at -5. This is too easy to pass up. The Cards, they're going down the toilet. The spiral's going out of control. Get on it now while the getting's good.
Little double dip action there. I like it. How high would it have had to been, that line, for you to not bet it, to not bet UCF?
9.5.
All right.
10. Yeah. I'm also on the over, too, because, if Louisville has any life in them, they're at least going to score a few points. So, over 61. UCF's going to get 40, bare minimum, in this game. With a former receiver running all over him at quarterback. Never seen that before.
Speaking of overs, I looked in the mirror after last week's plays, and even though I did pretty well, I bet a lot of unders, and that's just not fun. You're a fun suck when you bet unders. So I went out and I found some overs today, and I'm going to start what I'm calling for an absolute shootout between Tennessee and Pitt. Last year, these two teams combined for 75 points, and that's before Tennessee even realized they had Hendon Hooker was the guy that needed to be the quarterback. I think this is going to be up in the 70s again. If I can get it at 67, which I've already done, give that to me. I apologize for being a lame under-better for week 0 and week 1. I'm on some overs this week, starting with the Vols in Pittsburgh.
I'm worried, Drew. But here's the thing, Drew. We were all in unison for week 0. I already placed a wager on that bet this morning. So, hey, we're on the up and up. We're turning it around on pick 3.
I'm liking the positivity. I'm just feeling this energy coming through my computer screen right now. I'm liking where we're headed.
What's one man's trash is another man's treasure. I personally love a good under bet. So I missed out last week. Drew took the Rutgers Boston College, I think under 48, and had a good sweat. I'm here for the noon sweat in the under. We're going to SEC country. South Carolina at Arkansas, under 53. Barry Odom is going to put Marcus Satterfield in a locker this week. The offense last week really, really struggled for South Carolina against Georgia State. Could not run the ball. The only thing, the passing game got loose a little bit, but it was only when Rattler got the playoff script. Arkansas, with their 3-safety defense, is going to be ready for this game. And then defensively, I like South Carolina defense coordinator Clayton White. I don't think the Arkansas offense is as explosive this year without Traylon Burks. So I think you're going to see kind of a long possession type game where teams are going to need 10, 12-play drives to score. So I like this under 53, and I like the hog straight up, but I think the total is the better play here. So give me the under 53 as we got a nice little noon sweat to start the Saturday.
I didn't bet that one, but I think there's going to be some grounded pound on the Arkansas side. I like your pick there, Luckett.
Playing keep away from Spencer Rattler. You know what, Luckett? I agree with you in a certain aspect, and that's that the SEC is the place to be. It just means more. And there's too many points that the Vanderbilt Commodores are getting at home. They open as 8-point dogs, 13.5 home dogs to Wake Forest. Wake Forest doesn't have Sam Hartman. Mike Wright might be the best.
They do have Sam Hartman. News yesterday. Number 10 will be back for the Demon Deacons. Do we need to flip stuff up? Right, this will be a pick 3 new one. Just Roush to go down the board.
That explains the huge slide, huge swing in points. Woo! I don't care. I'm still Vandy's riding high.
Nick Roush.
Vandy's riding high. All right, they're feeling good about themselves, and they've already taken my money, so I'm sticking to my guns. ACC, it don't matter. Man, they're going to score a lot of points in this game too because Wake Forest, they don't play any defense. Damn it, Sam Hartman, go away. Stay away.
No, don't lose your confidence. You should double down now.
Yeah, just double down. Mike Wright show.
We are doubling down.
I'm going to keep my over fun going, and I'm staying in the SEC because I think Alabama is going to put up at least 40 against Texas. So if Sark and their little young baby 5-star quarterback can just get somewhere in the 20s, I think they'll have some explosive plays. We're going to hit this number because they're not stopping Alabama. Alabama is going to be at least in the mid-40s. I just need Texas to do something to help me out to push it over there. I think it's going to be a really fun game to watch. It's a noon game to get us started in week 2. Give me the over again for my second play. Guess I should hit the graphic there in case anyone can't hear us in the show.
Quinn Ewers versus Bryce Young. A couple of 5-star recruits there. For me,
yeah,
2 windows are my favorite windows to bet here, guys. It's the noon. You got to have some action at noon, and you got to have some Pac-12 after dark action. We're hitting both windows here this week. My last play of the week, Mississippi State hitting the road, going to Arizona. Arizona was a surprise winner on the road at San Diego State last week.
Yeah.
But Mississippi State punished Memphis at home. At this here, I'm as well with my North Carolina picks. I'm leaning into my preseason season win total picks. I had Mississippi State. That was one of my 5 best plays as an over. I just like the Bulldogs here. I think the defense can do enough to slow down Arizona. And then I think Will Rogers, that air raid attack is going to be tough for the Wildcats to slow down. I'm going to lay the double digits with the Bulldogs on the road. Hell State as the Cowbells are ringing in Tucson.
Sorry, guys. Pardon me. I'm a little worse for the wear. I've come up with this sickness. I can't seem to shake it. It's betting Big Ten West football. So I'm drugged up. I got to find a way to kick it, to get it out of my system. And I'm doing that by betting the under in the Cy-Hawk Classic. These teams, none of them are going to want to win. Iowa refuses to play any sort of offensive football whatsoever. It is offensive. That's all it is. It's terrible. It's garbage. It's gobbledygook. But Matt Campbell doesn't care. He's worse than Rick Pitino against Kentucky. This game is in his head. He can't stand winning it, and he's not going to be able to stand scoring points. So I'm just going to drug myself up and keep on betting Big Ten West football. We're taking the under, sweating out 40 points in the Cy-Hawk.
Yeah, they would need 21 safeties to hit this over, so he might be in good shape.
Y'all don't judge me. Don't laugh at me. But when it got to 6, I had to take the Cats. I wasn't going to do it at 4.5. I wasn't even thinking about it. I even considered a little bit of Florida. But if you're going to give me 6 points in this game, I had to jump on it. Hell, Utah should have won. They throw it away there at the end of the game. I know Anthony Richardson looked amazing. We've all seen that clip 2,000 times of him pump faking the defense and running around. But I trust Kentucky's linebackers to keep him in check somewhat and make him throw over them. We'll see how that works out. I think Coach Scangarello hit a lot of stuff in that playbook. They didn't even scratch the surface. Florida gave up a lot to Utah's tight ends. I think Utah caught 22 passes and 11 of them were from tight ends. I think we're going to get the Kentucky tight end room rolling. I'm not saying Kentucky's going to win, but if I can get 6, I am jumping all over that. So go Cats. I'm the homer.
If you wait, you might be able to get a hook or even 7 points. The public loves Florida. And Mark Stoops, let's rattle off that record like in his last 10 games as a dog.
7-1 against the spread in the last 10 with 4 straight up wins. Last 5 in the series, Kentucky's 4-0-1 against the spread with 2 wins outright as a dog. Florida 0-6 ATS in their last 6 games as a favorite. This is the longest streak of winless games as a favorite. I believe ESPN, it's been about 2-3 decades.
Love it.
Not only that, the rat poison aspect. Everybody is crowning Florida this week. We've seen Vince Young comps to AR. We've seen the Gators are back. We've seen Roman Harper after 1 game say Kentucky is soft. Florida's going to push them around. There's a lot of motivation tactics that Kentucky will have on their side, and in Florida, it's not really being taught. The game is the cocktail party this week. What does Florida have to do to get to the cocktail party? Meanwhile, little old Kentucky's just come to town for a boring top 25 matchup. A lot is on the Cat side this week. I like that play, Drew.
I'm glad you brought up the Vince Young comparison because I saw that and I'm like, are we just giving Florida the national championship because they beat Utah at home? I mean, I know Utah was ranked 7th. I feel like people are only looking at that and then Richardson's crazy plays. They gave up 230 yards rushing. They had like 8 penalties for 1 billion yards. There's a lot of numbers there that you can be optimistic about Kentucky. So obviously we hope it's a win, but at least give me the 6-point cover. Roush, I'm sure you brought 15 parlays to the table like you did last week. Do you have any additional things you want to throw in and break all the rules again?
I'm not going to break the rules this week, but maybe we might share some NFL plays. I mean, we do have NFL action going on in the defending Super Bowl champion.
Real quick here, money line sprinkle.
Oh,
just you might want to sprinkle something here. West Virginia, it's going to be hard to get off the mat after last week. Kansas 13.5-point dog coming to Morgantown. Sleepy upsets possibility here. Plus 400 Jayhawks, Rock Chalk. Just something to think about.
Okay.
I took him at plus 13.5 too. I really love the plus 13.5 this week, especially when I knew that Sam Hartman wasn't playing, but now he is.
I might want to go back and buy that point. Get that baby up to 14. 2 touches.
What you got for Thursday night NFL, Roush?
Yeah, I've got it. I mean, I'm taking money line. Rams. They're the Super Bowl champs. They're 3-point dogs. It's weird. Although a lot of these lines, NFL, they scare me because there's a lot of ones that they're just like, it feels like they're trying to bait you into picking. That one feels like they're trying to trick me, but you got me. Hook, line, sinker. You got me.
I got that one early on. I bought the 0.5 point for cheap, so I have the Rams plus 3. I also love the money line. I didn't do it, but if you can get the Super Bowl champ at home for plus money, that's something you should jump on in just about any scenario, even though I saw this morning all 7 NFL Network experts have the Bills as their Super Bowl pick. Yeah. So it seems like the Bills have already won.
Rat poison in Buffalo. For me, I just love the Baker revenge game. Just love it. Small favorite at home, 1.5 against the Browns. Like the Panthers here. First game without Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett, first start in Cleveland. Give me the Panthers here for maybe one of their few wins of the season, but I think they play well and Baker gets a win against Cleveland.
Well, you can bet those or fade them or make any bet you want over at MyBookie. And remember to use promo code KSR to get the double dip on your deposit. Hopefully, guys, we're making a lot of green this week. Week 1 was tough, but like I said, week 2 is always bounce back week. I'm confident. Yep. I like everything that happened here. I like the hat that Roush brought out, and I hope you just wear that around town all the time. Press conferences this week, I hope you have that on in Lexington. I'm heading off to a bachelor party,
Watching.
so I won't see you all for a while, maybe ever if I don't come back. But this was another round of the Pick 3. Good luck to everyone, and keep listening to all of our podcasts here on the KSR YouTube page. And
Go
be sure to
Cats.
subscribe. Roush has a cat shirt in addition to that hat. Can I get to? There we go. Ah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a 4th of July special in the Roush house.
When I'm on the internet looking for someone to get picks from, that's what I want my guy to look like. We'll see you next week.